All right, so I'm really excited about this interview because, you're a big deal in real estate, okay? I know you're very humble, Heather, and I appreciate that. But what I want to ask you is some really basic questions because there's a lot of people out there that always want to be in real estate, right? And, they hear about people making money, a lot of money in real estate, and, everybody thinks that I can go in and start flipping houses and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I want to hear really briefly, first of all, what's your brief journey into real estate? How'd you get into real estate, and why'd you stay in it?
Okay. So back in 2003, I moved home from London, okay, to take care of my dad because he got cancer. And while we were going through the radiation treatments as he was like getting better, he wanted to do like activities. And one of the activities he wanted to do was go visit this model home community in Frisco, Texas. And I went with him. And we went in, and he was going to go buy some investment properties. And we'd never done anything like this before. And the sales assistant there for the community needed an assistant. And she hired me on the spot. I started the next day.
Wow.
And then I started in real estate just like that.
Okay, so that was in 2003. All right.
Yeah.
And I know you've been very successful in real estate, especially in investing real estate, right?
Yes.
And so one of the things that's coming up on your e-course is all about investing in real estate.
Yeah.
And what is the target that you're going for? Who is it that you're talking to in this way to where people want to get into the real estate marketplace?
Okay, good question, because we had to spend a lot of time thinking about that. And
Right.
it's the first-time investor.
Great.
The 101.
Okay,
You know?
great.
And it's like birthed out of the pain of like what we did wrong.
Yes.
You know?
So it's somebody maybe that's, 25 to 55 to say, hey, I've got a few dollars here, but I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I want to get in. I want to establish a real estate rental property, maybe one house, maybe two houses, maybe five houses.
Yep.
And it's not a get rich quick though, is it?
No way.
Right.
No way. We call it get rich slow.
That's good.
Yeah, because, you got a 99% chance of getting rich slow.
Yeah.
But you have a 99% chance of not getting rich quick.
Right.
I mean, it's like kind of probably not going to happen.
Yes.
So why play the game of the outlier?
I love that. Okay, so if you were talking to, let's say me, which
Okay.
I'm a brand new investor, and
Okay.
I say, okay, Heather,
Yeah.
you're a real estate mogul. You've done really well. You've made millions of dollars, yes?
Yes.
In real estate,
Yes.
Okay, and you're very successful in this. And so if you're going to give me three things that I need to look out for or do, what would the three basic things? And just remember,
Okay.
I'm a third grader with ADD and
Okay.
distracted. So give me three easy steps that I want to do and say, hey, maybe I should watch this e-course because I want to get to where she went to.
Okay. We really laid it out like that. So, yeah.
Good.
I would say that's one thing.
Okay.
Another thing is the team is really, really, really important. Leadership. Just so once we're going to teach you how the basic flow of what you need to think about and how you need to prepare.
Okay.
And then once you're ready to go for it, like getting the right team is key.
Okay, so when you say team, like who do you mean? Like, do I need to get like a banker, a real estate mortgage company? What do you mean a team?
Yeah, like your realtor
Okay.
that specializes in rental property investing.
So all right, so there's realtors out there that just do that.
Yes.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
There
all
are.
right,
They
all right.
specialize.
Great.
Like
That's good.
And a year one realtor, unfortunately, isn't probably a specialist.
Right.
They might say that, but then you have to qualify it.
Okay.
You have to qualify them.
Now, in your e-course,
Yeah.
do you talk about this and how to find that?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We have a whole section, a whole module
Excellent.
on team.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. And so I love the fact about getting rich slow. You got
Yeah.
a 99% chance of doing
Yeah.
it and almost zero chance of getting rich quick.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Wouldn't you agree?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really profound. So in this process of coming out with this e-course, why now?
Well, I've always had this really 30-year plan of my career. And the first 10 years was work my butt off.
Right.
And just learn everything. Michael, I had always heard, like, it's all who you know to
Yeah.
be successful. Well, let me tell you, I didn't know anybody.
Wow.
And I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe my future was doomed. Like, somehow I knew that I had two things. First of all, one was given to me, and that was the fact that I was born in America.
Come on.
It's true. It was true yesterday, it was true today, and it will be true tomorrow.
good.
The second one was that it was up to me. Like, I had to go to work. And as
Right.
long as I wasn't scared to go to work, then and I didn't give up. I
Right.
don't know how, intuitively, somehow I knew that at 23.
Wow.
I don't know how,
Yeah.
but I did. And so I just knew the first 10 years I really wanted to work hard and learn and make money and meet the people. The second 10 years was build something out of the first 10 years, make systems and processes and make something automations.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 years, I call it the mailbox money phase. And that's where the investments that I made in the first 20 years as a real estate investor and entrepreneur and broker would start to pay off. And I want to raise the next generation. So this is about mothering and being a mother and just sharing in an abundant way what I've learned in a real and honest way.
All right, so I love this, Heather, because I think it's really important to have phases, right? And I
Yeah.
think sometimes people they look and they want to start at the finish line,
Yeah.
right? And in real estate, it's kind of like we have sometimes like Las Vegas mentality with some millennials or Gen Zs or even the Gen Xers, right? They say, I'm going to go to Vegas and I'm going to come back rich.
Yeah.
Chances are
Yeah.
slim to none,
Yeah.
right? And the same way in real estate,
Yeah.
you've got to pace this thing out. So, okay, so number one, watch your e-course.
Yep.
Make the investment, because investing in yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not that much money. It's really, what I love about your e-course is it's informative, it's understandable for Investor 101.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's right.
Okay, number two, get your plan together, get your team together, right?
Yeah, that's
Get
right.
your team, find your team.
Yeah.
And in that, and number three is to plan this thing out, right?
Yeah.
Now, also, they can also hire you as a coach,
Yeah,
correct?
that's right.
Okay, because when you coach somebody, you're coming out in one-on-one in their specific deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that is probably a lot of fun for you,
yeah.
but it's also great for the investor because they're going to get direct input from you. Yes?
Yeah. It's so important. Like I think like you have the coaching spirit, like you believe like you can elevate through other people's experiences in a much quicker way. I've always felt that way.
Yeah.
I'm just so hungry to find these leaders in the space. And like
Right.
when I identified them, I would like leech on to them.
Right.
And like sometimes they didn't even want me, but I wanted them. And I would just keep showing up and have like an apprentice mindset.
Good.
And I would just make investments in people. And I would
Yeah.
always be like, okay, I know how to go make money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make money and I'm going to take that money back and I'm going to invest in the leadership in which I want so I can scale quicker. And there's no doubt that that's made me successful
Yeah.
in a much like more gratifying and deeper way.
And what you're saying too is profound because what people will pay you, because they're going to pay you to coach, right?
Yeah.
Because and as you know, I mean, it's not that you need the money, but you need their commitment.
Yeah.
Because money goes where our heart is.
It's true.
It just does.
It just
If
does.
they're not going to pay you anything, they're not going to give you. They're not going to show up. They're not going to be coachable.
No.
So with that, what they're paying for and what people pay for me, like when I get my coaching,
Yeah.
they pay for my 30 years experience.
Yeah, that's right.
Condensed.
That's right.
Right. So they don't have to go through 30 years of misery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they can get to the finish line quicker.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight.
No.
But they get to glean from your knowledge and your acumen and what you've done in the marketplace, because you've done pretty remarkable.
Thank you.
And you became a millionaire at what age?
38.
38?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're continuing to grow. Your business is still working. It's still
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah.
Now you're in that third phase here
Yeah.
that you want to give back and reach out.
That's right.
And so people can invest it in their e-course, which is relatively inexpensive,
Yeah.
or they can hire you as a personal real estate coach, right?
Yeah.
And I think we've got part of your team coming in here, which I
Yeah.
get to interview and bring in
That's right.
in this next segment. And so I think it's really awesome that you've developed this team outside of just in the real estate deal, because when you bring them in, they can offer something else. And like we talked about, he's easy to be with.
That's right.
It's good.
Michael, I wanted to say, if it's okay,
Yeah.
I've hired you as a coach. And when I hired you as a coach, I went through and I made a list of all the coaching and the training and the seminars and the books and the developments and the counseling in which I've invested in my 20-year career so far. And, to date, it's been like 43 investments, into seminars like this, into e-courses like this, into coaching like you. And one thing that I did with your coaching that made such a difference is like, well, first of all, I knew, I'm experienced in coaching at this point, but I knew I would get out of it what I put into it.
Right.
And like, I kind of reached that stage where I said, look, I'm ready to like, I don't know, really get a payoff for all those investments that I've made in myself. And like, and honestly, that's the birth of this e-course. Like, it's because of you that, in the coaching that you gave to me, that we were able to bring this to life.
Well,
and execute on this dream that
Yeah.
I've had for a long time, but haven't been able to execute.
And that's the
what
key.
a coach does.
100%.
Yeah.
And I love that, and thank you for the acknowledgement.
Yeah.
And what is exciting about this for me is that you're going to bless so many people that are just getting into the real estate
Yeah.
and not trying to buy 15 storage units and go in massive debt.
No.
And you're going to be pragmatic in
Yeah.
this to where they can get to that generational wealth building.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it, Heather. It's really good.
Thanks, Michael.
And this project that you're on, this e-course is fantastic. It's really, it's what we need for the person that just wants to get in and start their rental investment business.
Yeah.
It's good.
We have a saying. We say, like, ask us how many people we've talked out of buying and selling a home.
That's good.
So a lot of times, we get the calls and it's like, look, it's just not a time.
Yeah.
But we're not in the business of transactions. We're in the business of building relationships. And I mean that. And it's just how
know
it
you
works.
do.
And that's true. That's like a long-term mindset. It's not about the pennies. Like, don't step over the pennies. Don't step over the dollars to pick up the pennies.
That's right.
And
100%.
people are the dollars. They're not the pennies. It's
good.
So it's truly like, if someone's not ready, we tell them we're not ready. They want coaching to get ready. We get them coached and get ready. Yeah. But
Yeah, so this is platinum for those out there that are interested in doing this. Get this e-course, buy it now while it's on sale, and take it from a millionaire that started from scratch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good job, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
Sorry.